Well, that last review got cut off short. But you know what? I'm not reshooting it. I'm not editing it. Because that's going to take 5 hours. So you know what? I'm just going to move on to different figures now. So, yeah, we're just doing these ones now. Alright. So, let's start with Mechagodzilla. Let's do this quickly. Articulation. He has a bend at the knee. You can move the knee up and down, and it can go out this far. You can spin the feet around. The leg goes up about this far and back about this far. Tail's on a ball joint. There is no bendy wire here. I tried to move it, and I'm glad it didn't break. There's articulation at the jaw, and then you can move this up and down, and it can go up this way and back this way. Other than that, there is no articulation. There's no more articulation on this guy. The paint job is decent. It could have used some more grays. And when you take off the battle damage, which is kind of a gimmick, it does have another gray, but I think some of this gray could have actually worked on him. Like, maybe get a different dark silver or gray on him. The red on here is nice, but I honestly think that what they should have done, I think they should have gave it a darker red and maybe some silver bits on it, like the giant has. So, yeah. His battle damage is, it's not the best of them. I think the Skullcrawler, Godzilla, and Kong have the best battle damage, but he's pretty neat as well. Then it comes with a green heave accessory, and when I was watching the movie, I didn't know if that was like the main character's heave, if it was just a random color they made up, or if it was like another set of Apex members' heaves. And I never really figured that out. In some shots, the main character's heave does look like this, but in other shots, it looks just gray. So I'm not really sure if this is an actual color scheme that the heaves had, or if it was just made up. I'll have to keep, like, observing the details and whatnot. Now let's move on to Kong. So, this is pretty much the same thing as the previous Kong, obviously. So, I'm gonna skip articulation, I'm just gonna move on to sculpt and paint. Oof, why does this battle damage piece not want to go in here? That's not good. Hold on a second. Alright, so I got the battle damage in. The paint is much better than the battle axe one. Every time I look at the battle axe one, I kind of like it a little bit less because the paint job isn't that great. But with this one, it's actually really nice. Like, it's a better fur color. I prefer the skin color on this one. Then on here, let's see if I can... There we go. That looks much better. Now, I prefer the new sculpt on the head because that way you can do a lot much more with him with like stop motions and displays and whatnot. There we go. Oh, so there's like a weird thing where it focuses here, but if you back it up, it doesn't look as good. No, it looks fine. Now, there's nothing really new on this guy, so let's just move on to his accessory, which is the fighter jet. Fighter jet's nicely done, very nicely detailed. Now, Warbat. This is gonna be quick because there's the battle damage on him. It's pretty neat, although I kind of don't like this part. Kind of makes it look weird. Articulation, you can move this wing, you can move this wing, you can open the jaws, close them, Then I have the stand here, but there's movement here. You can spin 360, and then this can go 360, but I wouldn't really move it because the bad thing is that this thing does not like standing when you move it, and then it comes as an osprey. Some people don't like this, but I actually do like this. Like, everyone's like, oh, there's no detail on it, but to be honest, it's an osprey. I've seen King of the Monsters and GVK quite a few times, and I can tell you, these things do not have all these, bumps and engines and whatnot that a fighter jet has, so I think people are just nitpicking too much. So, Mechagodzilla, I'll give an 8 out of 10. Fighter Jet Kong, I'm going to give an 8.5 out of 10. And Warbat, I'll give like a 7.9 out of 10. I'd get all three of these figures if you can, because they'll disappear very soon, because that's what happened to me and a lot of other people. So, if you find them and you really want them, get them right away.